Joining us now at the Okta Gov Identity Summit is Dean Scontras, VP of State and Local Government and Education for Okta. Dean, thanks so much for joining us today. What are the biggest challenges government agencies still face in moving towards more modern and centralized identity management capabilities?
I think the answer is kind of in your question. It's centralized. Identity is one of those solutions that it's best that everybody use the same solution, because you want your workers as well as your citizens to have a singular identity experience, and you want them to log on once and that's it. Again, whether you're a citizen applying for a hunting license or paying your taxes, it's two different levels of government. So I think the centralization of which is difficult. It's hard because we're a federation, and sometimes it's a loosely bound confederation. So getting everybody to use a single identity solution so citizens and workers can have a single identity experience is difficult. That's probably one of the biggest challenges, is kind of organizationally. The will's there, the funding seems to be there, but I think organizationally the way we set up and try to make decisions, it doesn't yield itself well to saying we shall all use this, from top to bottom.
Dean, where has the government, in your opinion, made some of the biggest gains over the past year in modernizing identity management capabilities?
A lot of states have moved towards SSO, and SSO includes MFA for workforce. We've heard from the administration the mandate for MFA. MFA is good as well, but you also want to have a lot of other identity solutions behind that. So I think I've seen a lot of progress at the state level implementing SSO and MFA for workforce, and then also on the citizen side as well. Now, COVID was an accelerator to that, which helped, but the work has continued even now as we get to post-COVID, that we're seeing people implement identity solutions both for people who come to work in government and people who want to participate in government, and that being citizens. So it's been a forcing function, but in a good way.
Dean, as we close out, how would you say modern cloud-based identity platforms are helping to accelerate the government's efforts to meet the administration's zero trust security mandates?
May have answered that a little bit in my last one, but I think from a vision perspective, when we go and see CIOs and secretaries and governors, everybody has a vision of interacting with government in a frictionless way now. And again, two different ways, both as a worker and as a citizen. And I think that's coming to pass. I think it's slowly coming to pass. Any place you go, either fill something out, have to see somebody, stand in line, that should be replaced by some kind of digital interaction with government. And this, again, it has been a forcing function for that. And a lot of states have moved to it pretty quickly. First, in unemployment insurance for people who need benefits, but now we're seeing that go over to other places, including education, where now there's fraud being committed in education as well. So I've seen a lot of progress, again, sort of a forcing function by COVID and people getting benefits and some of the fraud associated with that. The federal government has stepped in at multiple levels, not only with the MFA mandate or the mandate for multi-factor, but also with keeping an eye on a lot of the fraud that's happening in unemployment insurance when you're a citizen trying to get the access to those benefits as well. So it's been a learning experience, but a lot of the things where we used to have to go stand in line and go see somebody or fill out some paperwork can now be done securely because good identity solutions, including MFA, have been put into place.
Dean, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Likewise, thanks for having me. Yep.